All right, what's going on, everybody? Who be 186 back again with another podcast, the Overrated Podcast, episode 72. I am your co-host, Who be 186, and with me is Traditionalist 101.
Yes, Traditionalist 101, everybody. And if you hear a lot of commotion in the background, my apologies. I was trying to calm everybody down, but my sister is over along with her husband, my brother in law. My other sister is over, and each of them have like four kids. So that's a total of 8 children right now that's inside the house, and I'm just like, I told them to be quiet, but you know how kids are; they're gonna get loud. So if you hear a lot of commotion, my humbly apologies, my apologies. So my bad, y'all, my bad.
Well, I guess I wanted to wish everyone a happy New Year. What do you do for New Year's?
The thing is, I really couldn't do much of anything that I wanted to do because pretty much I was just hanging out with the whole family.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like family party time. We had our soup, one of the
Mhm.
greatest soups in the world of all time. uh,
Oh crap. Yeah. Hopefully he just he didn't look like he was pressing anything, so something might have happened to his internet. I'll let him know. Well, for those of you who don't know, me and Steve are both Haitian, and they have this soup that Haitians normally make. I forgot what it's called. Okay, all right, he's back. Okay, what happened?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what just happened. Do you know where I left off?
You were talking about the soup, and now I was actually explaining to them what that soup is. You know you know what it's called?
No, I don't know how to say it in English. To
I
be
forgot.
honest.
I forgot. But it's like this Haitian soup. That is made. My mom. I don't think she made some, but she got some from her job.
Hmm.
And personally, I don't like it, so I
What?
don't partake. Yeah, I don't like that soup.
Oh, you are
I'm
missing
I'm I'm not
out.
I'm not the biggest fan of soup in general.
You don't like any type of soup. So you don't like chicken soup, tomato soup,
I
none of
like
that.
I don't like there are some soups that I like, but soup in general is something I'm not into.
Hmm, that's
I'm just
interesting.
not yeah, I'm just not into soup in general. But
Uh, absolutely
yeah,
missing
but I know what you're talking about. So you had that. We were just talking about your New Year's what you did on New Year's.
out. Yeah, so we did that. And yeah, it was just a lot of family time. So, obviously hung out with the parents, hung out with the folks, hung out with my sisters, hung out with some friends that came over. Hung out with Jabanis a little bit. We had our little arguments
Mm-hmm.
as far as comics and and the LGBTQ community. We had a big arguments with that. We who else? Who else? Somebody else. Carice came over. Shout out to her. And so yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot of people that I was pretty much hanging out with the whole entire weekend. So how was yours? I think I could pretty much know exactly what you did. Well, you go ahead and tell us how was your New Year's?
Yeah, I was at work.
Yeah, thrilled. That's such an awesome job that you have.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they pretty much open every holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at least tomorrow I'm off because I'm not. I am off tomorrow. So yeah.
I guarantee most people would have preferred to have the weekend off opposed to tomorrow.
No, I don't work on my birthday, so it is what it is.
Oh, that's right. Birthday. Yeah, tomorrow's the third.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's your plan?
I'm gonna go to a mall.
That's it.
Yeah, buy myself something. That's it.
I mean, I would think that you would do something else, something more extravagant for your birthday.
No, no, this is birthday time. Like I gladly just go to the mall, hang out, buy me something, and then buy myself something, and then get something to eat, and then go home.
By yourself.
I mean, you can show up if you want, but I know you have to work.
Yeah, if you had actually told us ahead of time, we could have planned accordingly. But you clearly didn't do that.
Yeah, I should have done that. But no, but you guys all work. I ain't want to bother you guys.
Hmm. I mean, you could have planned something for the weekend, but yeah, I mean that's fine. That's fine.
Plan something for my birthday on a Monday. When my birthday's on a Monday.
Yeah, I think people do that all the time, where they have the birthday falls on a weekday, and they would just rather celebrate their birthday on the weekend. That's good. That mean most people do that all the time anyway.
Nah, I'm good. I ain't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
But
Well, go ahead.
yeah, so yeah, and then New Year's Day, had to watch my team lose again for the fifth game in a row. And then I was so pissed that I didn't even bother watching the Seahawks and the Jets because I don't give a shit if we make the playoffs or not.
Are you
Unless
serious?
Yeah, unless Tua plays. If Tua plays, then fine. If he's not playing, then there's no point.
I mean, it's still the playoffs.
Okay, and
I mean, and I mean that isn't that the goal to go to the playoffs?
not without your starting quarterback.
Okay, but you acting like as if Teddy is pretty much a garbage quarterback.
He's not
Like you
better
have,
than Look, first of all, he's not better than Tua, not even close. But he's hurt anyway. He has a broken finger in his hand.
oh, that's right. He did hurt his hand. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, he
So
did. He did. He did.
and then we have to rely on a third string rookie quarterback. Like no, we're good.
And he didn't really play that well either.
No, it's, it,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
which I can't. Which I'm not really going to put too much blame on him. I mean, to just
No,
get tossed into the lineup like that out of nowhere, I'm pretty sure that caught him off guard also when Teddy got injured his hand. So I could understand. Like I completely understand. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that this had to happen to Miami. I don't know. I guess December is pretty much your kryptonite. Your kryptonite. Um it seems like but at the end of the day though, you did say when I mean I don't want to go jump the gun too quickly, but you did finally come to your senses that he's not this, the elite quarterback like you thought he would be. Where
okay,
many people
but
thought he was going to be in the same lane as as Mahomes and Allen, and that's kind of a little far fetched, you know.
But here's the thing: he's better than what we have by a lot, by a lot, and he's still our best chance to win. This year has proven that. This year has proven that.
Wait,
So
wait. You said this year has proven that, but you guys have been on a losing streak like us.
yeah, but the thing is that when we won, he's been behind center. Every game we've won is when he was there. That is the sign of a winning quarterback. Now, like I said before, it's gonna be important for him this year, at least coming next year, to be healthy, to try to stay healthy. That's gonna be the goal for him this next year. But as far as I'm concerned, you can make an argument that he's already that whatever contract he's gonna get, he's probably already earned it because of how much this team needs him.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, if he's not playing, then this team has no chance. So that's why they're probably going to lose to the Jets next week, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs anyway.
Well, as of right now, New England is ahead of you guys. But isn't New England playing Buffalo last? I think Buffalo is the last team that they're going to be facing.
Yeah, and if you're
Yeah.
Buffalo, why would you risk injuries to your star players? If I'm them, I'm resting. I'm resting guys.
No, because if they want to be in the first seed, they want to be in the first seed. I'm pretty sure they want to have that bye week. Which, first off, I think is stupid to have only one team to have a bye week anyway. But
Yeah, having 7 teams in each conference, like having a 17 playoff for each one is stupid.
to me, like I think if you're going to add another team, you might as well just add 8 teams. In my opinion,
It,
seven
but
team is too many.
but then the playoffs is diluted. Like you have 8 teams in each. 7 teams is too much in my opinion. 7 teams is too much in my opinion. What they had it perfect. The top 2 teams get to bye, and then everyone else plays. And also, let me also say this: it
Mhm.
is such a crock of shit that a team just because they win a division that they should automatically get a playoff game, a home playoff game. That's horseshit.
Yeah,
If you are 8-8 or 8-9 or whatever, if you're 9-8 and the team you're playing has a much better record than you, they should have the home game.
absolutely.
Such horseshit. But
It's funny. I'm glad that you said that because I was trying to tell Roy uh, the exact same thing. It's not how is it that just because you won your division, you could win your division with a losing record and you still get to host?
garbage.
How is it that you have the privilege to host, knowing that your record is far worse than another team?
This is garbage. And it's been that way for years. And I get the idea of wanting to make the divisions important. I get it. But if you want to make it a requirement to make the playoffs, that's fine. But if a team that you're playing is better, it has a better record. The team with the better record should host the playoff game.
Yes.
Should host it. Period.
Oh my gosh, there are so my bad, everybody. What the heck? All right, all right. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I'll mute you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like I said before, I don't understand why this is a thing when it comes to the NFL. Like if you want to make if like I said before, if you want to make winning the division a requirement to make the playoffs, that's fine. But they should not get a home. They should not get a home game. It's garbage that a team like Jacksonville, and yes, they are playing well, and I do expect them to beat Tennessee next week. It sucks that they get to play a home playoff game just because they play in a garbage division against a team like let's see, like a team like I guess you could say San Diego, but not San Diego, Los Angeles, the Chargers. But I think the Chargers, yeah, they're probably gonna get like 10 wins. So a 9-win Jacksonville Jaguars team gets a home game over a team that has a better record, that's garbage in my opinion. So yeah, so while I wait for him, yeah, man, like I think when it comes to the Dolphins, I'll just lament it. Like our team is cursed. There's no denying it. The team is cursed. Um, like we were 8-3 like a month ago, 8-3, and then five losses later, we're literally on the verge of missing the playoffs. And I do believe that the Jets are going to beat us. And the reason why I think that is while their offense is not good, they'll score points against the Dolphin defense. They will. That's what Mac Jones did, and that dude sucks. Like that dude stinks. And but they score points against us, and this Jets team going to do the same thing. And the thing is that it's just like a collective failure on the part of this franchise, right? Like the defense, when you look at the defense performances, right, on his face, right? Look at all the games that they look at the game they lost during the streak, right? They lost to San Francisco. All right, San Francisco is better, whatever, right? San Diego, you can make a case that they played well again. Not San Diego. I keep confusing them. Los Angeles, the Chargers. You can make a case that they play well against the Chargers, right? They only gave up 23 points. The problem is that you had one play where you gift wrapped them a touchdown, and that was the difference, right? And then the next game, what was the next game after that? The Buffalo game. What's going on, Jeffrey? Yeah, apparently they do. All they do is lose in December. It's crazy. Steve will be back. By the way, he's just dealing with noisy kids at his house. So once he gets that settled, he'll be back. All right. So and then you look at the Buffalo game, right? Buffalo game back and forth. Buffalo's a great team, but guess what happened? When it was time, and they made great plays when they need to, like the sack by I think who was it? Who made that sack? It was Jalen Phillips, right? And then Christian Wilkins came up with the fumble recovery. That was the offensive job chance to shut the door, and they didn't do that. But when it was time for the defense to come up with a big stop, they couldn't do it. They let Josh Allen um, march down the field, and they scored a touchdown, and then I think they scored a game winning field goal. Right? Sucks. Then the Green Bay game. Green Bay, you can make an argument that they were put in bad field position a couple of times, but when it was time for them to make a stop, they didn't do it. McKinley, how you doing, bro? Tell that a few years ago where Dolphins screwed Patriots from home field. I think you're talking about the year. Are you talking about the year that we beat them and then we beat them the last game of the season, and they played Tennessee, and then they got their ass kicked by Tennessee, and that was Brady's last game. That probably was the year you're talking about. But yeah, Green Bay they had a chance to make a stop. They didn't do that. And in this game, they gave up, and I know they gave up a pick six. I know that, but like they allowed that bum Mac Jones to score touchdowns on them. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is that if you're dealing with the situation you're dealing with on offense when you pretty much don't have a quarterback, right? You need your defense to come up with plays, and the defense just don't do it on a consistent basis. But the Patriots defense did, and the Jets defense is better than theirs. So they're going to, and I guarantee you that the Jets defense is going to make a play or two in their game, and that's going to be the difference. Um, Nunu Berry, hi y'all. I don't care for football, but I think Miami needs um a new what? New quarterback, and they consistently lose in December. I mean, when it comes to Tua, like I said before, when the only time they've won this year with Tua behind center, and you look at the way that the offense moves with Tua, especially when he was good, and compare that to what we have with Bridgewater and Thompson. I mean, he's the obvious choice. You know what I mean? He's the obvious choice. And I mean, if you're gonna go after Lamar Jackson, if you're going to replace Tua, it has to be with someone. It has to be with someone who's elite. And the options out there right now, based on what everyone's talking about, you have Derek Carr, who I don't think is elite. He's a good quarterback, but he's not elite. I'd rather have Tua. Jimmy Garoppolo, who I think is just average, and I think Tua is better than him. And you have Lamar Jackson. And if you tell me you're gonna get Lamar Jackson, then fine, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? But if you're not getting anyone who's a big okay, before you continue, unless you're who's a major upgrade over Tua, I don't want to hear any talks about replacing a QB. If you're going to get a QB, it has to be someone elite. And the only name that I see that's elite in those list of names that I listed is Lamar Jackson. That's it. You want to get Lamar Jackson, then hey, I'll rock with it. But Jimmy Garoppolo, fuck no. Derek Derek Carr, no. No, I don't think Derek Carr's a major upgrade over Tua. Not even close.
You don't think so?
No.
Hmm. Frankly, pretty much, I'm telling everyone, hey, kids, settle down. And a couple of them were like, oh, I'm live. I'm like, yeah, I'm going live. So, shout out to the whole family, Jeffrey, McKinley, uh, Nunu Berry. That's a cute name. So yeah, shout out to. I don't know if you gave him a shout out yet, Hoovy.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you did. Okay, yeah. So shout out to the whole fam. It's so good to have friends and family that actually will support your channel. Unlike my older sister, she's over here saying no, 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 no. So I'm like, all right, no, that's fine. But hopefully she'll tune in real soon. Now, I one in the comments, they said that they need. Wait, hold on. Where is it? I don't watch football, but I think Miami is
Needs a new
okay.
QB.
Here's the thing. I don't want to definitively say for certain that they need a brand new quarterback. However, I was right the whole entire time since day one before he even got drafted. I never said that he was a bad QB. What I did say, however, was that he is injury prone. That he was just going to constantly get hurt every year. And that's exactly what's been happening. He's been getting injured every year. So although I agree with you that you don't necessarily need a quarterback because of for the sake of, oh, we don't have someone who's better, but since because this guy just simply just can't stay healthy, I think it's time for you. I think it's time for you guys to draft the quarterback. And on this year's draft, you probably might have to draft the quarterback just in case, because you could clearly see the evidence is there. The guy can't stay healthy. You have to admit that he just can't stay healthy. He can't. Whether if it's because of his back, his head, his foot, whatever it is, the guy just can't stay healthy. And because of that, I don't. I'd be surprised if they don't draft at least a quarterback in this year's draft. What do you have to say about that?
They did this year. They drafted Skylar Thompson. Did they draft him? Or probably he was an undrafted. I don't know. But I'm not interested in wasting draft capital on a backup QB. I'm not interested in that. To me, if you're going to get a QB, you get a veteran. A veteran QB who can play, not only can play, can step in, but someone who can stay healthy. Because we're not going to sit here and pretend that we can talk about Tua being hurt all they want, but the two of the three games that Bridgewater been in, he's been knocked out of the game.
That's true too. Yes.
So if you're going to get someone who can stay healthy, a veteran QB who can stabilize things if Tua gets hurt or whatever. that but I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I like I said before, I don't think we're gonna beat the Jets. I went over why, because while you guys stink on offense, you do have an elite defense.
Yeah.
So, and the New England Patriots, their defense is really good, better than ours. And when it was time for them to make a play, they did, and ours did not. So it's like whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. And McKinley said, but the injury. I'm pretty sure you read that already.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you know.
Well, I'm not watching the game, so I don't know. I don't know what injury he's talking about.
Yeah. I didn't. I was out. Trying to calm everybody down. So I'm not really sure. But I do want to say this. Real quick. You have to admit, who 186, that at a certain point you have to worry about this dude's health. You have to. And I could understand what you're saying, that well, you're not gonna waste your time drafting a backup quarterback. At this rate, you really don't have a choice, because I'd be shocked if that dude even plays. Let's say if you guys make it to the playoffs, I'd be shocked if that dude goes to play in the playoff. He had what two concussions already in one season.
Okay,
He already had two.
they have guys on in the NFL who deal with concussion. It is what it is. We're not gonna sit here and pretend that this sport is safe. It's not a safe sport. The sport's dangerous, and they keep adding fucking games to the schedule. It's only gonna make things worse.
True. Yeah, they're adding games to the schedule. Yeah, that's true.
So it's
That's true.
like, no, it is what it is, man. Like I nothing. What can I do? There's nothing I can do. What the hell's going on?
What?
There's something weird going on with the game.
Um,
Hold on.
Suspended? What? Why?
Hold on.
What in the world just happened?
I think that's what McKinley was talking about.
McKinley, can you put in the chat what exactly happened? Like, is the injury the reason why they're canceling the game right now, McKinley? What the heck, bro? This must have been a really, really serious injury for them to cancel a game over.
Yeah.
So there's no game today. So
No, no, no.
so
It's suspended. It's not temporary. It's not permanent.
so they are going to play today. They're going to
I
continue playing later today.
I guess, but I've never seen this.
No, like usually when a game gets suspended, or if a game is put on a hold, it's like for weather reasons. Oh, all right. Let's see what she says. Yeah. So McKinley, if you're there, give us a reason why they suspended the game.
Oh,
Well, put your volume up because my TV's acting stupid. If you don't mind.
he said something about CPR.
What?
That's when they go to the locker room, and that's why the suspense right now, because we haven't seen a situation like this before. But all that matters is how Jamar Horner is doing right now. Until we know how he's doing,
What in the world,
until we know,
bro?
and, and we can all await an update and hope and pray that this young man is okay. Because how can anything else but that matter right now? We've never seen that in the NFL. We've never seen an ambulance come on the field, a player administered CPR, a game temporarily suspended. Um, it's very rough for everybody. Um, and so you heard John Carr talking about the fact, as he was saying that, as long as he's done this, I've covered the sports since 19. I don't ever recall an incident anything like this. Ever. It's never happened. I don't believe. Um, there have been times in training camp where someone's hurt, and ambulance comes on the field, and it never, ever gets less chilling or less jarring. Ever. And it's on a platform like this, a stage like this, and you see that happen. It's awful. It's awful.
Everyone's so shaken. I can't really remember seeing.
Hmm.
Wow, 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 wow. And you didn't see what happened, right?
No, I didn't see what happened.
It's
Shoot, man.
All right, so let me read. Obviously, Ruben's in the chat. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
we have so many
McKinley said
Thanks.
the injury was bad. The Bengals even called EMTs for help.
you bring CPR out,
Uh,
you're trying to help
yeah, McKinley. You can't give us any more details of what happened.
different than anything that I've ever been used to dealing with on the field. I've never seen on the field. Like that's real.
I just wish they would show the replay, but I don't think they want to.
When you involve life and death, it's totally different. And those players feel that. Everybody in the stadium feels that. Both teams feel that. That's something. Again, the rule is when we go compete, we're going to compete, and then we're going to go home to our family. When we involve life and death, and that's tough.
I mean,
And
It sounds like you're not happy what he just said.
no, 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 no. Here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
This is what the sport is, right? And it's unfortunate. Oh, okay. All right. So McKinley said that he was tackled, then he passed out on his feet. So it seemed like he got tackled, he got up, and then he just passed out. If I'm describing it correctly, let me know, McKinley. But
Yeah,
this is
that's why I was asking McKinley for details. But all right, better late
this,
than never, I guess.
this thing. This is what the sport is, right? This is what the sport is. This sport is dangerous.
Uh huh.
This is what the sport is, right? But yet we have to add more games. We have to have them play on Thursday on short rest, and then we act surprised when bullshit like this happens. Then we act surprised when bullshit like this happens. Like I said, when it comes to Tua, and it's unfortunate that because again, this is the same field where he got concussed, where he
Yes.
got the back concussion, same field.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't know what he's going to. I don't know what he's going to do with his future. I don't know. McKinley said that basically it looked like he had a heart attack.
After the tackle, it looks like. So after the tackle, he looked like he had a heart attack. Wow.
Okay.
Stuff like this, you never it never really crossed your mind. Stuff like heart attacks or seizures, or like let's say when one of their limbs is in another awkward position and whatnot.
But this
Stuff
is
like
what the sport is.
hmm?
But this is what the sport is.
Well, okay. You know what? I actually take that back. Like if your limb is in a weird position where it's not supposed to, I guess you could maybe somewhat understand that could possibly happen. But having you would never think of heart attacks or seizures. You know what I'm
Why
saying? Like
not? Why not?
you would never think about those.
Why not? Why not? You know what it's like. You're literally having car crashes every single time you're out there. Every single time you're out there.
Hmm.
Your body's not meant to deal with this type of force blunt trauma. It's not your body's not built. Your body's not built for that. But these guys do it because of the money to support their families, because they love the game and the NFL. And I hate to do this because I'm actually not in a good mood anyways.
Hmm.
And I don't like the business of the NFL. This is what they this is what they this is what they bank on. They know the importance of the league. They know how much money this business generates.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, as long as we make money, we're good. They don't give a shit about. The only reason why they're so pressed on concussions is because they were getting sued for it. And the reason why, and that's why they came up with all these precautions when it came to like helmets and stuff like that. That's why they're doing it, because they're getting sued for it.
Yeah, and they got exposed in that movie too. What was that movie called? Oh, Concussion, the one with Will Smith. From what I've heard, the NFL was not happy about that movie.
No, of course not. 'Cause it exposed them. It exposed them. That's why.
Yeah.
Ruben said, "I'm in already, Steve."
Oh,
And
my bad.
McKinley said, "I feel they need to suspend or cancel the game. That's just horrible."
Do you agree with that, Hoovy?
I mean, if they do, I'm not going to complain about it.
Well, but wait a minute. You said earlier. Well, this is a dangerous sport. What do
It
you
is.
expect? This is stuff is going to happen. So, if but
But
I mean,
the thing is, the problem is that the Bills, they have a teammate that they don't know if he's dead or not. They might have seen their teammate just die on the field. So like if you can do your job after seeing your coworker die in front of you. I wouldn't be able to do it.
no, I would tell them, yo, like right now, I can't be here. I just rather be home, be with my friends, and be with my family. That's what I would if a coworker just dies in front of me like that while I'm at work. Yeah, I'll tell them, yo, listen, whatever it is, what happens in the future happens. But right as of right now, I'm not gonna. I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving. Um, but it looks like you're upset that. Okay, so pretty much what you're saying is if because remember this happened on Monday night. Monday night happens by default anyway.
Hmm.
It
Yeah,
seems
no,
like
no, that part I like. That part's fine. What pisses me off when it comes to the NFL, I'll tell you what it is. Right, what pisses me off is just that I feel like a lot of the this stuff is what hurt the Dolphins season. Right, where now because they're so worried about concussion, now they worry the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Right now, before they were too careless, now they're too cautious, and that hurt our team when it came to Tua. It hurt our team when it came to Bridgewater and the Jets game. And it's like we're like, man, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? And also, I don't like the NFL as a business. I don't like the company. I think they're a scumbag organization.
oh my goodness,
So
I didn't expect that.
no, but that's what they are, man. They're a scumbag organization. They do all this stuff for optics. They don't care about these players. They don't care. So whatever, man. It is
Well,
what
I mean, look, if okay, so let me make I want to share my opinion on this. So McKinley thinks that they should suspend or cancel the game.
it is. Mhm.
Um, like I really don't want to definitively say, oh, that's the right thing for them to do. If they postpone the game, then I think I'll be more in favor of that. But just to completely cancel the game, so pretty much what happened is it just going to end as a tie if they just cancel the game indefinitely. What's going to happen? As long maybe I'll be okay with it, just as long as it doesn't necessarily affect um their future going forward as far as what's going to happen with their record, if you know what I'm saying. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to be a bit in the tizzy. Okay, so who wins this game? Do we just say that the Bengals won since they made a touchdown? Like, what's going to happen? Or are they just going to pretty much get rid of this game as a whole, and they just pretty much add to 60 games for both teams. Like I'm just very curious if that's the route that they're going to go to. I'm just curious what the outcome is going to be as far as those two teams, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I think the most important thing for them is to find out if he's okay or not.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
This
because
is, this is life or death. Like you can say what like about injuries and stuff like that. Like we've seen some bad injuries in the NFL, but at least they know that that guy, at the very least, is gonna be okay, right?
right.
At least he's alive, right? Like, but this is different. This is different. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it sucks. It sucks what happened, and it's hopefully Demar's okay. So you
Yeah,
want
I hope he's okay. This is definitely a time where thoughts and prayers should go to him, and pretty much the team. Bro, dude, if I seen something like that and the dude has a heart attack and you don't know if he's alive till now, if you don't
well,
know.
we don't know necessarily that he has a heart attack. I think it just McKinley just is just saying that what it looked like. You know what I mean? But if you need CPR, that's a bad situation. If you need CPR,
Well, yeah, I like. I mean, if you need CPR, I would think the first thing that most people probably might think about is it's maybe he has a heart attack, or what, did he have a punctured lung or something? What in the world freaking happened to this guy? Like it was. I'm pretty sure it was just a regular basic tackle, but I don't think they're going to show the replay anymore. I think the only way we could probably see it is if maybe someone in the crowd probably recorded what happened with their phone. But look how much time has passed. I don't think they're going to show the replay.
yeah. Um. Okay. I'm on Twitter right now. It's on my phone. So let me read. Let me read a couple things because they have some people making updates.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay, go ahead. Can you show it on your screen?
no, I can't. Like my Twitter is not on my computer. But
Oh, okay.
all right. So from John Danman from Fox 19 Joe,
Hmm.
I'm told Demar has a pulse, but is not breathing on his own. He's being transmitted to UC.
Oh my goodness.
Needed AED and CPR on the field.
Whoa. Wow, bro. Like what in the world are you supposed to say? Like this is already, oh man, like this is sad news. Like what in the world are you supposed to say after that?
Yeah.
After what you just read? Like this type of stuff. Oh look, I think they're wait, are they going to resume the game?
Let me see. Well, what is UC again? What's UC?
Hmm?
What's UC? What does that stand for?
UC?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I thought you knew.
No.
No, I think I think this is the replay of what transpired.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh no,
Oh,
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's urgent care. Urgent care.
oh, that's right, man. Yeah, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
work close by that field, and I didn't know. Yeah.
it's okay. Rosemai said hi. How you doing? How you doing, girl? How you doing? Um.
Hello, Rosemary. How you doing? Winnie, what's going on?
Okay. Do you want to? Do you want to talk about the Jets real quick?
It's just gonna be very short.
Yeah.
Because right now, dude, I'm just like distracted of of what just happened. That's just crazy. But um, clearly the Jet season is over.
Yeah, they've been eliminated.
Yeah, they're which was something that I actually called last week. Like I knew our season was pretty much done. Um, I'm not saying that White, like I mean he did okay. I mean I still prefer to have him than freaking Wilson,
But he's
but
not.
yeah, he's not the answer. He's not the answer. I think he could be a decent backup quarterback, but as far as trying to win a Super Bowl, trying to get to the playoffs, he's not the guy. He's just someone that we could use, and I'll be happy to use him, someone for temporarily, if you know what I mean. Someone temporary. But for the way we lost against the Seahawks, bro, I only watched, I think, like the first half of the game. I was just not interested.
Yeah.
I was just not interested because in the first half, I think we only scored like 6 points. They scored 17 points in the first half, and I said, you know what, we're gonna lose this game. You're going to lose this game. And because I knew we were going to lose this game, that would have eliminated us in the playoffs. So I just wasn't interested. I didn't care what was going on in the second half. And then once I saw the scoreboard, I'm just like, yep, just what I thought. We scored 0 points in the second half. Zero. So at the end of the day, for me, the season is over. Apparently, we can't win December either. And yeah, it's very unfortunate what happened because I was so looking forward for the season with the Jets, especially when we started winning really good games. I thought we had all the answers, but because of our defense. Our defense is just elite. We're in the top three as far as defense goes, but we
Okay.
just can't score on offense. We can't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Man, I forgot her name. I forget. Bea.
Remember how you said you was going to say Bayonetta from now on?
No, I'm not calling her Bayonetta. But
That's what
what?
you said. That's
No,
what you said last
I said
week.
it was something to remind me, and I already forgot. What? How you say it?
Bayonan.
Bayonan. Okay, there we go. There we go. Bayonan, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Before you go, let me do some stuff first. You could talk about how much you don't like the PlayStation controller. Well, I'm
No,
good.
no, no, no. Let me share this. Since you're gonna be out, let me just share this real quick.
What are you sharing? Because we got copyright claim last time.
About what?
I guarantee you it was either the basketball highlights or it was basketball highlights.
I didn't show basketball highlights.
I did on your behalf.
No, this is just the article.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just the article about the whole concussion thing. So go ahead. You go do whatever you have to do, and then I'll just read into this stuff right here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so go ahead. All right. So as Havino is going to be out for a couple minutes, I had to share this, real quick because what I put on Twitter was that Tua. I said that Tua should pretty much sit out for the rest of the season, and here what I said. I said, in my opinion, he shouldn't play for the rest of the season. The fact that he couldn't even remember some of his plays should be more than enough of a reason he should stop for the rest of the season. And oh, I think they're trying to get my attention. Okay, so pretty much here it says a concussion is an injury to the brain from a bump, blow, or jolt to the head. They can also be caused by a fall or a blow to the body that makes the head and brain jerk quickly side to side, no side or back and forth like a car crash. Doctors and medical personnel refer to a concussion as a mild traumatic brain injury because concussions are not usually fatal, but their effects can be serious. People with are you there, Hoovy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're here. Oh, okay. So I was pretty much reading the situation of what's been going on with Tua, and here's the thing, right? So I believe that Tua should sit out for the rest of the season, and I also believe that you're not going to like this, but the way how they've been so cautious with Tua, if you're not going to like this, if he gets another concussion next year, I think he should sit out for the rest of the season. If he gets another concussion the following year, I think he should just sit out for the rest of the season. It's too many concussions back to back. He pretty much got hit in the exact same position in the back of the head, back to back. And for me, you have to at the very least say, you know what, this guy's future, he's probably not going to have a future if he continues to keep this up. He's not. So if a guy who's constantly injury prone, a guy who's constantly getting hit all the time on the head, and that concussion that he had against, I think it was against the Bengals, where his hands were like freaking like stiff, bro. That was like one of the scariest things that I have seen in the NFL game. Never seen anything like that before in my life in the NFL game. So I honestly believe that if he gets another one, bro, just sit out, man. Like you're gonna have to learn. I don't know. I don't think there really is a solution. He's just been receiving a lot of bad luck with this whole concussion stuff, and yo, now it's just starts to get very very dangerous because how many times are you going to constantly get hit in the head like this? And I know you don't like it, but you have to look at the guy's future. Like this is beyond football now, in my opinion.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk about your experience with Gotham Knights. This
Oh
Jesse.
yeah, yeah. So so enough with the NFL. We'll go back into it if there's like an update. Like, do you mind doing that? Like, if there's a
Yeah, yeah.
update, whether good or bad. Yeah. So we'll just in case if you guys are interested, we're gonna go back into it to see what the update is. So apparently he needed CPR, and hopefully hopefully he'll recover, and we'll see what happens with the game from here on out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go to gaming real quick. Real quick.
Let me shout out Jeffrey. Thank you for subscribing to the channel.
Jeffrey. Oh, he subscribed. It gave you like an alert that he subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Jeffrey just subscribed. What's up? Thank you, sir. I love it. Um. Oh, look. We have somebody else who's in the chat right now. Miss Jessica.
Yeah, yeah. I said.
What's up, Jess? What's up? Oh, this is great. This is great. Um. Okay, so here's my little. I don't want to say rant, but I was playing Gotham Knights the other day, and I'm having fun with the game. I'm relieved that the game is good, but there was a little thing that kind of bothered me and pretty much hindered my experience just a little bit, right? And my issue with this is a great controller. Let's get that out the way first. This is a very good controller. My only issue is I really hate to say this, but they might as well just copy off of Microsoft at this point, because since the joystick is down here and the movements is usually what happens when it comes to a lot of these adventure games, the primary usage is the joystick,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the way how Microsoft sets it up, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody know, especially with the 360 controller, is up here. Oh, come on, like is up here.
Mm-hmm.
With the PlayStation, is down here. And for some reason, I think if you are going to make the joystick the primary usage, it has to be up here where the D pad is. It has to be. It has to be up here where the D pad is. If the D pad is used as secondary, then it should be where the joystick is. Just the same way how Microsoft set up their 360 controller and further on, that's how you should design your controller for the PlayStation. I'm talking about you, Sony. That's how you have to design the controller because that's the primary. And the way how our hands are and where our thumb is placed, it makes more sense to have your joystick up here to opposed to down here. And I understand that this is the classic design, but I would have preferred if this is going to be our default controller that's going to come in the box. The joystick needs to be up here. It's just time for you to cut your losses and just copy off from Microsoft. Just copy them and do what's right. Have the joystick up here. What do you have to say?
Um, I, as someone who uses both controllers, I can use both controllers easily, so that doesn't bother me. Like I said before, I can do it, so I don't have a problem with it. Do I want them to do the same thing? I would prefer they don't do that
Why?
because this controller is better than the Xbox controller, than your average Xbox controller. So I don't want them to. I don't want them just to change to make it. If they want to, is whatever. I like I said, I'll use it regardless. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I can deal with it. So
Yeah, but again, if you're going to make the joystick your main primary function on all games, it needs to be where the D-pad is.
I mean,
That's where it needs to be.
if I'm not mistaken, let me look this up. Let me look this up.
You going to our tier list?
Nope.
Oh,
What's that? What's that thing called? Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. So, why is it a problem for you? Why is it such a problem for you?
I just like I said because the joystick is the primary is pretty much the primary.
Mm-hmm.
The D-pad is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that reason, I believe that the let me go back here. I believe that the joystick should be where the D pad is.
But why?
I
Why?
mean, I thought I just said it because
No, I mean,
that's the primary function
I'm talking
of the
about
controller.
why is it that it is so hard for you? Is it this reflexes that you can't that you're having a hard time going from D-pad to joystick? What's the problem?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is because because since the joystick is down here
Mm-hmm.
opposed to being up here, maybe it's because of the fact that I'm just so used to having the joystick up here. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just so used to it now, and I love and I feel like it's more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's just more comfortable having the joystick up here than opposed to down here. I think that's what it is.
Hmm.
So maybe that's just yeah, maybe I guess that's just the problem for me. But I still enjoyed the game. The game is good. I'm satisfied with it.
Hmm.
I mean there's a couple of things I wish the AI was a bit more more intelligent I guess.
Hmm.
But the game's fine. The game is challenging. I do like the fact that you could um, maneuver around the city. And when you're riding on that motorcycle, man, that thing is it drives so smooth, bro.
Hmm.
Like it's smooth, it's nice. Like it seems like they put so much emphasis and so much work into having good control on that cycle. For not phenomenal job as a way to maneuvering around the city and how you can use it anytime you want because the vehicle becomes invisible and all you got to do is just press the up D-pad,
Hmm.
and then it suddenly appears in front of you. I think that's cool. That's awesome to have it. You don't have to go around looking for a vehicle, but I mean, I'm pretty sure on a Batman game you never had to do that anyway. It's not like a GTA game where you have to look for a car or whatever. But you have the motorcycle with you at all times, and you could either do that or you could just jump from building to building, like from Spider-Man, like similar to Spider-Man, where you could use your grappling hook and whatnot. So you have options, and I appreciate the game so much. So I am enjoying the game. The game is good.
Okay. Okay. Ah, man.
So we can move on.
Yeah, we could talk about LeBron. This is your topic.
Okay, so since we're talking about LeBron, alrighty. So here's the situation with LeBron James, guys. So it says LeBron. He this is him quoting. Um, he don't
Mind you,
want
this happened after losing to the Heat, by the way.
correct. Don't want to finish my career playing at this level from a team aspect. So okay, and before I read this article, right?
Hmm.
There's I don't know if you notice a lot of the Laker fans have constantly just been getting upset and pissed off with the Lakers this season, and pretty much everyone is using the exact same excuse. How in the world that you have all these all Hall of Famers in your team, and yet you're you're not even competing to make it to the playoffs. You have guys that are just pretty much saying, you know what, this is a wash. Why are we using the exact same recipe all over again when you could clearly see that it doesn't work? Like having you and Russell Westbrook in the same team, it just doesn't work. It doesn't. And at now, I have to agree with them now. I don't know if you do, but I'm going to have to agree with them. The reason why LeBron James and Dwayne Wade work is because not only were they both in their prime, but that Dwayne Wade also played defense, who could also shoot. That's the major difference between Dwayne Wade and Russell Westbrook. Big difference. The guy played awesome defense, team defense, one-on-one defense, on ball defense, I should say. The guy was an excellent shooter. Now he wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but the 3-point shooting wasn't as prevalent, or was the primary. Um, um, wasn't the primary opposed to now.
Hmm.
That's good. There was a huge problem for him, shooting threes. And besides, they had guys that could shoot threes anyways. They had
Hmm.
plenty of guys in the team that could shoot threes. So so to me, that was the major difference between Russell Westbrook and Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was a phenomenal player. That dude already proved that he could win a championship without LeBron James anyway. So the fact that we are trying this again with LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, they're just being stubborn at this point. They should have blown up that team, that roster, a long time ago. A long time ago. So before I continue on, let me read this real quick. So LeBron, so you had something to say,
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
right? LeBron James said in hopes the Los Angeles Lakers' current state won't be a reoccurring theme for the rest of his NBA days. I don't want to finish my career playing at this level from a team aspect, the Lakers star said after Wednesday 112-98 loss to Miami Heat, according to Tim Reynolds. That's how you say it.
Hmm.
Of the Associated Press. I want to still be able to compete for championships because I know what I can still bring to any ball club with the with the right pieces. Okay, with the right pieces. This is the piece that you chose, sir. You chose this. You knew you had the power. You knew you had the capability to pick whoever it is that you want, like you did when you were with the Cavs. And you finally are aware that this recipe does not work. Having you and Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis together does not work. You are the primary guys on that in that team, and it has been working for you. So for you to say, for you to have the nerve to say you wanted to compete for championships, I could understand that if you had nothing to do with bringing this team together. If you didn't bring this team together, I could fully be on your side because superstars has the right to complain if they don't have help. They have the right to complain. But because you were involved in this, because you was involved in this, I don't want to hear from you. I don't. You won your championship, which is nice. People don't really going to give you credit for it, but you won your championship. Is That's nice. But this is not working anymore. So let me continue. James led the Los Angeles Lakers with 27 points, 9 rebounds while playing 34 minutes Wednesday. His 6 assists in the loss rank second only to Russell Westbrook on the team. Despite James' production, the club dropped to 14 and 21 on the season. The Lakers are now 5 games out of the top 6 seed berth and 3 off the play-in pace. However, LA can hardly blame its predicament on James, who turns 38 on Friday. The four-time MVP is averaging 27.8 points, 8 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 1 point steals in his 20th NBA campaign. James had also stayed relatively healthy, missing the 8 games all season with an abductor strain sidelining him for 5 contests, being his only extended absence. Okay, we're almost done here. So, Darvin Ham's side is trying to stay afloat without James co-star Anthony Davis, who remains without a recovery timetable from a stress injury in his foot. What a surprise! What a surprise! Well, without a timetable, so they don't even know when he's going to be back. What a shocker! But even with Davis healthy, the Lakers went just 10-14 with the big man in the lineup. With or without Davis, James said he isn't contest letting a season go to waste. I'm a winner, and I want to win, he said, when asked about how much longer he intends to play, according to Calgoon, whatever. And I want to win and give myself a chance to win and still compete for championships. That has always been my passion. That has always been my goal since I've entered the league as an 18-year-old kid in Oakland, Ohio. And I know it takes steps to get there, but once we get there and know how to get there, playing basketball at this level, just be playing basketball, is not my DNA. It's not my DNA anymore. So we'll see what happens and see how fresh my mind stays over the next couple years. What do you have to say?
Okay. Okay. The one thing about LeBron James that has always been the case, he's very passive aggressive, right? He says things in code, right? And what he is basically saying is that he believes that the front office needs to make this team better. That's what he's saying without saying it. He's been saying it so he's been dropping hints since the start of the season. He knew that this team just don't have great 3 point shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have someone who's a great facilitator, like LeBron James, you need to have 3 point shooting around him. And they don't have that. And because of that, this is why their team stinks. Now, here's the thing. You're right. He did make this team. You're not going to tell me that you brought in Russell Westbrook without your approval. We
Mm-hmm.
know definitely what happened with the Anthony Davis situation.
Yes.
I mean, you ran your agency, the agency that you run, was the reason why Anthony Davis is there now. So, and props to them, they won a championship out of it. But when you have a guy who is prone to injury, right? You bring in a guy who is past his prime, and you bring in and you trade all your assets to get Davis, right? And you traded some of your remaining assets to get Westbrook. This is the downside of that transaction. There's always a downside to a transaction, especially when you trade draft picks and stuff like that for players.
Correct.
So him, like I understand him being frustrated. There's nothing wrong with being frustrated, but what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Because at the end of the day, if you want to compete for championships, that's fine, but you can't have your cake and eat it also. Because he went for it when it came to the contract extension. He wanted I think he wanted like 50 million, right?
Hmm.
He could have made 30 million and saved them cap space, but you were like, no, I want the 50 million, which is fine. But with that said, you pretty much handicapped the team into not getting by into not getting better. You handicapped them, so it's like what can you do? There's nothing. There's really nothing. There's nothing you can do. If you, but like you said, if you want to, if you want to win, you're not going to win in LA unless they blow it up. And I don't know how hard it. I don't know how easy it's going to be to blow it up. I don't know how easy it's going to be because, like I said before, there's not a lot of people who are going to even though Westbrook is playing better. How much you going to get for him?
Not much.
Yeah, I don't think you're not gonna get you're definitely not gonna damn sure not gonna get a first round pick for him.
Absolutely not.
No, you might get something for Anthony Davis, but you don't know what if Anthony Davis doesn't want to stay, he probably wants to stay. I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get from him. So I don't know, man. Like, he can be frustrated all he wants, but he like you said, he is partly to blame for it. And if you want to compete, doing it and with the Lakers may not be the case. May not be
Yeah,
the answer.
and let me also add that he doesn't even play defense anymore anyway. That also contribute of your team losing. You constantly not playing hard defense. And look, I understand that you're older, and I understand that by being older, you want to reserve
Hold
your
on.
It seems silly to even talk about the specifics of where these
Can you
teams
hear this?
are in their
a little bit. You could put it up if you can.
top seed in the
Oh
AFC.
yeah, you have a
What's
TV.
on the line here
Yeah,
tonight?
my TV's for some reason it's on.
It's
I can't. I don't have sound.
You need a new
jarring
TV.
scene down on that field with players
You need a new
watching
TV. And
their
I
teammates
know you. And
fall
last time I've been to your house, you had several.
CPR down on that field, and then
Yeah, I
cardiac
know.
ambulance, making the specifics of where the Bengals and the Bills sit here in Week
Based on
17
based
of this
on what the crowds are doing, it looks
2017-2024
like the game's
season
over.
seem irrelevant.
Oh my goodness. So did something happen?
So fans are obviously getting a word. I have not heard an announcement on the public address system since we've been back from break. But I think obviously in the world today, news travels fast on phones, and I think people are well aware that we are finished watching football here tonight.
Wow.
So,
Hey, Joe, just again wanted to underscore just the emotion down here on the field, particularly on the Bills sideline. Something unlike anything I'd ever seen before. We heard Gordon McFarland saying from the studio that we've seen players get hurt before. We've seen players look concerned about their teammates, but this was something completely different. Guys were absolutely devastated. You could see the pain and the anguish on their faces. You could see the concern and the worry. And just to underscore what we've been saying, since this happened, we're all just praying for Damar Hamlin.
Lisa, thank you. we just got the official statement. I'll have that I can read to you here in just a moment. But all of this just depends, in my opinion, which isn't worth much at this point, on the health and the status of Damar Hamlin going forward with regard to when this game is resumed. Here's the statement. Tonight's Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals game has been postponed after Buffalo Bills Damar Hamlin collapsed, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced. Hamlin received immediate medical attention on the field by team and independent medical staff and local paramedics. He was then transported to a local hospital where he is in critical condition. Our thoughts are with Damar and the Buffalo Bills. We will provide more information as it becomes available. The NFL has been in constant communication with the NFL Players Association, which is in agreement with postponing this game.
All right. So, all right. So
Oh,
the game's been postponed.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can hear my brother in the background. It looks like he agrees that the NFL game should be pretty much suspended.
Mhm.
And oh, I mean, bro. Any thoughts of what happened?
Um, I think that they did the right thing. Ultimately, they made the right decision. Clearly, like I said, I didn't see what happened, but clearly those players were shaken up to the point where it's like it's not worth it to go back.
Right. Yeah, this is beyond football. This is something that you should probably obviously take seriously, and and the fact that they said that he's still in critical condition, and bro, 24 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude, 24 years old, and I did take in consideration what you said, how this is such a dangerous sport, and yeah, I think we should obviously be more sympathetic and empathize and be more of a yeah. This is just beyond football, and if they're gonna cancel the game, I guarantee we're gonna have some knuckleheads in social media that say, "Oh, the game should probably continue." Like, if there are people that's like that, like clearly you don't know any better.
I was reading a comment from Skip Bayless who tried to go in that direction.
Are you for real?
Yeah, but he saved himself with the last statement.
Oh my gosh, dude! Can you please do you have it?
Let me see if I can find it.
Dude, you gotta be. You cannot be serious, dude.
Wait, hold on, my bad. Let me read the tweet, and then I'll ask you if it's bad or not.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so uh, that's nuts, man. That's nuts.
All right, let me read the tweet.
All right, so he's gonna read the tweet of what Skip Bayless said. We all know, Skip Bayless, bro.
Okay. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is critical to regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
I mean, he didn't save himself. He sounded like an idiot.
But the last statement, like if he hadn't put the last statement, then I would have been right there with you. But like I still think he's an idiot, but
But
he tried.
what did he read the last statement again? Because I want to see if he really did save himself. We'll read the last statement.
Okay, all right. Let me read the whole thing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is critical to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. All right, I see. Yeah.
This guy's a piece of shit, man. This guy's such a piece of shit, man.
And here's the thing. I also had questions earlier because I said what's going to happen as far as is this game Are they going to just officially just have 16 games, or are they just going to have the Bengals win this game? Like, I am curious of what's going to happen going forward. But at the end of the day, who cares? Who cares? I am curious, but if they're going to just throw this game away, like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't necessarily think this is such a horrible play, for the NFL. And Skip Bayless for them to say, look, I understand he probably wants to know how are they going to fix this, but there's just nothing to fix. The game's over, and just let it be over. Just let it be over. And I'd be actually be pissed off if they let them play, like, let's say, we're going to resume the game on Thursday, just as an example, or we're going to resume the game Friday or something like that, and yet they still have to play another game on Sunday. That would be wrong. That would be pissed off. Just give their fans their money back, or just give them the full refund, and then unfortunately we just hope that something like this never happens again. But yeah, the game's old. Looks like everyone's embracing and whatnot. And oh yeah, people are getting emotional. And look, I get it, man. Like, you lose a teammate who's at the hospital, somebody who you're you're playing with, you're competing with, and at the end of the day, though, people are friends, in that field,
Yeah.
and it's another human being, and you don't want to see stuff like this happen in the football game. You don't want to see this stuff happen anywhere. But I get it. Like, this was definitely the right move, for the NFL. Absolutely. So I applaud them for actually not thinking about their wallets, and actually thinking about this one individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and predictably, like Skip wanted, everyone's reacting poorly to the tweet. I know, like I seen Kendrick Perkins, he has something to say about it,
Really?
which is funny coming from him because I just saw a video clip of him comparing, saying that the Memphis Grizzlies should stop acting like gangsters,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
which is so fucking stupid. But it is what it is. Yeah, he got the attention from that tweet that he wanted. So congrats to him, that piece of shit. So, anyways, all right. So Roy in the chat, he said that guys is all relative. The 2011 Giants won the Super Bowl after going 9-7 and entered the playoffs as a wild card. So you just have to get in. And
Oh,
he's right.
he's talking about the division. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And he's talking about getting into the playoffs. He's right. The problem is that the one thing that this Giants team had. Well, actually, I can pretend that I watched them play this year, but I think if I remember correctly, they had a very good defense. They had a very good defense, and they still had Eli Manning. And Eli Manning is no first prize, but he's their starter. He's their starting quarterback, so he knows how to run that offense more than anyone else they had at the time. The reason why I have no faith is because I know for a fact that the only guy who can run that offense is Tua. And if he's not going to play, what's the point? Because Teddy, he can do it. He can do it on occasion, but he's not Tua Tagovailoa. He's not. And he's hurt now. He has a broken finger, so he ain't playing. I know for a fact that Skylar Thompson can't do it. He just can't. So who are we gonna get? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand if you said that about the Jets because the Jets at least they have an elite defense. If you want to say that about the Jets, hey, just get in, and just hope that Mike White or whoever's starting quarterback can score you enough points to win the game. Yeah, then I would agree with you. When it comes to this team, I can't trust it because their offense is now going to be bad because of their quarterback, and their defense is not that good to begin with. So, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but I think what he's talking about was the situation of you and I talking about, should a division winner,
No, he didn't mention.
Oh, I thought that's what he was talking about.
No, no.
Because you mentioned the Giants winning a Super Bowl and they were 9-7, and
Yeah,
they
but
were not.
yeah, but they weren't the division. I don't think they were division winners that year, but they made it as a wild card. But
All right,
I
go
think they
ahead.
made. I think they made it as a wild card. He also says, if
By the way, shout out to you, Roy. I actually appreciate that you're actually here.
if
Thank you so
all of
much.
the other teams in your division are good and you beat each other up, and you beat each other up. Conversely, what if only one team is good and you get 6 easy wins from your division and go 500 against others? Now you're five. Now you're 12-5. Are you a good team? The answer is yeah. Like, look at the Patriots. The Patriots, they had like what, 5 easy wins every year for the last what, for the before, for the previous what, 20 years. They had at max 5 easy wins, and they were the team of that of those, those 20 years when Brady and Belichick was there. I get what he's saying, but like, the thing is that if your record is the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to get enough points to qualify, and then if you do, then we'll see what happens after that. But to me, we're talking about teams like Jacksonville. I can see I think they'll have the same record as, at least a similar record to the Chargers if they play each other in the first round, right? And if they do, then yeah, Jacksonville deserves the first round playoff game. We're talking about the NFC South. We're talking about the Bucks, the
Correct.
Saints. All four of those teams are no good.
That's what we're talking about, Roy.
Yeah, all four of those teams are no good, right? Those teams stink, and they have no business hosting a playoff game. Is one thing if you're one game over 500, whatever. But these teams are no good. Tampa Bay's no good. Atlanta's no good. Carolina's no good. New Orleans Saints are no good. Though all four of those teams stink, and it's unfortunate that one of those teams is gonna get a home playoff game. That sucks.
Yeah, and what I want to say, Roy, is, dude, you're wrong. You and I had this conversation earlier on, this week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I had clearly stated to you that if you are a division winner and you only have, and let's say your record is 8-8, or let's say it was 7-9, at least at the time, you have no business hosting a team, especially if the team that you're going up against has a far better record than you. Winning still has to matter, Roy. That's what we're trying to say. You should be rewarded for winning, not by just getting by. You shouldn't use, oh well, I am a division winner, so I had to host a playoff game, despite the fact that this other team had a much better season than me. That's not right. Then what's the point of winning for? What's the point?
You
What
said,
were you going to say?
but if you're in a tough division, you split with each year. It's 3-3 in the division, and split with others. Now you're 8-8. If you're 8-8, you're an average team.
Correct.
If you're 8-8, you're average.
And
Like,
mind you, Roy, you're still playing against other teams in the conference, and you also play a full division in the other conference. Remember that. Go ahead. Go
now,
ahead.
look at the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys for that matter. They play in. I mean, I fought this in the past, but they play in the best division in football, the NFC East. They play in the NFC East, and look at their record. They're the Philadelphia, what, like they're
They're,
12 and 3,
no, they're 13-3.
13-3.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is what, 12 and
12,
4,
12-4.
and the Giants just made it to the playoffs. They're what? They're 9-7-1 or something like that. No, 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 no.
The Giants. I know that didn't they tie with the Commanders,
Mm-hmm.
with the Redskins. Yeah, they tied. So I think they're like 6-1. Is it?
Yeah, but they're in the playoffs too. And you could be in a tough division, absolutely. and you those games are always going to be tough. But as long as you win more games than you lose, then you're good.
Right.
You're good. But if you're looking at the NFC South, I mean, they're not winning more games than they lose. They're not. I guarantee you, all four of those teams are no good. All four of those teams are no good, and it sucks that they get a playoff game. That
Yeah,
they get a
and
playoff game. It sucks.
and Roy, just look at the standings right now, Roy. Just look at the standings in the NFC.
I'll
You
I'll, I'll, I'll look at it. I'll look at it.
yeah, you have the Buccaneers who are 8-8 currently, right? You have the Buccaneers who are 8-8. Everybody and that's in the playoffs, like the 49ers, the Vikings, the Philadelphia Eagles, they have better records, and you have the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants who also have better records than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You have two other teams that's in the wild card with better records than the Bucks, and yet the Bucks has the privilege to host.
Okay. Let me,
Tell,
let me,
tell, tell me where's the fairness in that, Roy? Like how is it that it makes sense that you have not one but two teams, two with better records, and yet you have the ability to host?
okay.
That's
I
BS.
look. I have it right here. Right. So right now they're 8-8. Saints are 7-9. Panthers 6-10. So pretty much right now, the Panthers are eliminated. The Falcons are eliminated.
Hmm.
And I think yeah, I think okay, maybe this. I don't know what the tiebreaker is. Maybe. Oh no, Tampa Bay already won the division. Okay, Tampa Bay already won the division. So
Yeah, I think they
so
did.
I think yeah. So the Saints, I think they're. I don't think they can make it. All right. So I think they're done for.
Hmm.
Okay. So obviously the Eagles are in, the Cowboys are in, and the Giants are in the playoffs. Right. So that's three teams, and then San Francisco they clinched, so they're in. The Vikings clinched, they're in, and the Bucks clinched, so they're in. So they have one more spot left. One more spot left. So now, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the fourth or the worst division winner, they're going to play the highest seeded wild card team.
Correct.
So the highest seeded play wild card team, it looks like here is going to be the Cowboys.
Yes.
Now, how is it? And look, I get it, winning the division, whatever, right? But there's no way in hell that a 12-4 Cowboys team should be playing on the road to a 500 Bucks team. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's no way. And trust me, this division ain't tough.
Not
It's
even
not
a
tough.
little bit.
Like the Cowboy division, that's tough. This is tough.
Yes.
This ain't. This is not. This is not tough. So again, if you want to say that a division guarantees you a playoff spot, okay, that's fine. I can deal with that.
Hmm.
But the guarantee you a home game, you get rewarded for being average. Absolutely not. That's not fair. In my
No.
opinion, it's not fair.
No, it's not fair, and I think it's even a bigger embarrassment because look up a movie because look up this is what I was trying to say. Go out, scroll up a little bit,
Oh,
scroll.
okay, hold on. Let me get to it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so so you have the Dallas Cowboys who was 12-4,
Mm-hmm.
the Giants who's 9-6. Well, yeah, I mean I guess that's fine. You have two teams with better records than you. Two, not one. You have two teams
Mm-hmm.
with better records than you, and yet you are able to host. I think that's even a bigger embarrassment that you have multiple teams with far better records than you. Well, I should say one of them has far better records than you, but the Giants still has a better record than you, and you still get to host a playoff game. The division winner, if you are 500 or below or whatever it is it should just guarantee you a playoff spot. Like you are guaranteed a playoff spot if you are a division winner. Fine.
Mhm.
But you are guaranteed a playoff spot and you get to host? Come on, Roy. That's not right, man. That's not right, man. You should at the end of the day, Roy, you should be rewarded for winning. Winning. That's the main objective is to win. And the Bucks didn't win enough.
All
That's
right.
it.
All right. Let me try to read. Let me try to go through this. Let me see. Look for some relevant ones.
What are you trying to do?
Now I'm trying to read through some of the text that will respond to what we said.
Sometimes
All
it
right. So
goes.
the Giants won the Super Bowl, but they were only 2-4 in the division that year. Okay, that's fine, but they made the playoff. They qualified for the playoffs because while they didn't win their division, they took care of business. Everywhere else they were. I mean, if they're 2-4 in the division, that means they were 7-3 in their non-division game. That will help them get into the playoffs. Like that's fine. That's fine. Like that's fine as long as they're now hosting a playoff game against a team that was like 12 or 13 who won 12 and 13 games, then that's fine. And let me see.
He said right, but you have to win your division first. It's set up for that. Is what he's trying. He's trying to tell us is the your division is much more important than what your record says. It seems like what he's saying. And if that's what you're saying, Roy, that's ridiculous.
He said that winning is simple to me, guys. Winning your division title is your first priority. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, I would say, it should be your first priority. But if you don't, yeah, you're right. But if you don't, you can still make the playoffs. You can still make the playoffs. Like, I think my problem is that, like, if you want to make it a if you like I said, if you want to make it to where winning the division guarantees you a playoff spot, I'm fine with that. It just shouldn't guarantee you a home playoff game. That's what it shouldn't do. It shouldn't guarantee you a home playoff game. Again, especially against a team. If a team if your wild card team is like one game better than you, let's say if you're 9-8 and they're 10-7, then I can deal with that. I can deal with that. But if they're that much better than you, like the Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Cowboys should host that playoff game. They should. Oh, you know what else would be cool?
Hmm.
If a team like, I thought about this. If a team is two if the wild card team is 2 games better than the division winner, like in the regular season, if their record is that much better, they should do a coin flip.
A coin flip?
Yeah. If you a coin flip, whoever picks can choose. Whoever wins the coin toss can choose where the game is held.
Well, if that was the case, they're going to whoever wins the coin toss, they're going to pick their home field. I mean,
I mean, the
that's
owner,
just
the,
common sense.
the owner, the owner is gonna be like, obviously, if you have the team, if you have the playoff game, at your home, then obviously the owner makes money. Imagine if a team won a coin flip to choose if they wanted to have the game at home, and they chose to do it on the road. How mad the owner would be?
I don't think that would ever happen, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think so either. Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, but what you were saying, Roy, the division title is your first priority. Okay, we understand that in full. I get that. What we're talking, we're not saying that if you have a bad record that you shouldn't make the playoffs because then division wouldn't matter. I understand that, but at the very least, the reward should be that you have a guaranteed playoff spot. But that doesn't mean that that you deserve to host. That's all we're saying. When it comes to hosting, that should go as far as who has the better record. That's all we're saying. And the Dallas Cowboys has a far better record than the Bucks, and so does the New York Giants. They have a better record than the Bucks too. Go ahead.
Okay, so he said here that Patriots were 18-0, still beat them hosting doesn't mean the better team should win. That's true, but since they were 18-0, they hosted every game because they were the best team in the conference.
Exactly. That's what we're saying. They were the best team in the conference, so of course they deserve to host every game.
Right.
I
He said
think
that division winners are champions, guys. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. Because because I'm telling you right now, if your franchise is worth a damn, you don't host, you don't put division winning banners in the stadium. No, 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 no. You do conference championships or Super Bowl.
he's telling you right now, Roy. He's telling you.
Like, winning a division is a good accomplishment to have, but it shouldn't be your end goal. It shouldn't be like I don't consider them champions. No, I don't consider them champions. Like no, 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 no. But here's the thing, and I don't know if you said it somewhere here, but if the division was like super important, they wouldn't count all your records. Like you said right here, you could realistically you can lose all your division games and still win your division. It just depends on what you do with everything else, and they count your other records too.
Right.
They count all your games, and when it comes to who wins the division, they count non-conference games, they count non-divisional games. So you could realistically be 0-6 and still win your division as long as everyone else in your division don't win their don't win as much as you when it comes to non-division games. That's why like I said, winning a division is fine, but it's not it's like it should be your first priority, but like to me, okay. All right, here's how I'll explain it. When it comes to the Buccaneers and all those other garbage teams in NFC South, right?
Hmm.
To me, the difference, the thing is that it's not about winning. If you win a division, realistically, you should host a playoff game, but not when you're average. And that team's average.
Correct.
That team's average. That's a difference to me. It's one thing if we're talking about the Eagles and the Cowboys and stuff like that. Then everything that Roy's saying is fine. Win the division. But when you have garbage team like the Bucks, like the Panthers, like the Saints, like the Saint whatever other teams, the Falcons, none of those teams are any good, and they're going to be playing a team that has a lot more wins than them,
A lot more.
and they're going to be hosting a playoff game because they won the division. To me, the record should mean something. Your
Correct.
your overall record should mean something. If you want, like I said before, if you want it to be used to qualify into the playoffs, fine. But it shouldn't be it shouldn't be the determining factor at the hosting a playoff game. It shouldn't be because think about it like this. Let's say they move on. Let's say Tampa Bay beats the Dallas Cowboys, right? And let's say the team that they're playing next is another wild card team. So should they get another playoff game? If that wild card team has a better record, I don't think so.
I think if they would let's say if they faced the Giants later on, yeah, I think they would be hosting too. They would be hosting again against the Giants if they were to beat the Cowboys. But I think they would have to face the Giants in the conference game,
Mhm.
and which would be the NFC conference title. They would, yeah, I think they would be hosting. So they would be hosting twice just because they were facing wild cards teams, despite the fact that they had better records. That doesn't fly with me. That's just plain ridiculous. What you're basically saying is that your division being a division winner is far better, more important than your actual record. Your record says what you are, Roy. I'm sorry. I'm not going to agree with you on this one. You could keep saying that, oh, I don't know anything about football all you want. You can say that all you want. But I'm telling you right now, records should matter. It should be important that you won. Winning matters, Roy. Winning. And because the Dallas Cowboys and the Giants have better records than the Bucks, they deserve to host, not the Bucks. You reward people for winning, not just getting by.
Right. So he said that you can't flip flop year to year. It has to be concrete rules. Then he said that if you do that, then the divisions don't mean nothing. And to
That's
me,
not true.
I look at it to how they did it in the NFL in the NBA, right? You know, in the NBA, the top three seeds were the division winners,
Correct.
but they changed that. Why? Because it was stupid. And why did they think it was stupid? Well, because it kept it. First of all, it kept teams from playing from it kept them from like marquee matchups, right? Because if you had, let's say let's say you had Milwaukee and Chicago, right? Let's say they're both very, very good. Right? Let's say they're both really, really, really good, right? Then what you would have is they can't meet in the finals. They will have to meet in the second round.
Hmm.
There's no way they cannot meet in the finals, and you want and in theory you would want that as a conference finals matchup. The top two teams, let's say Chicago and Milwaukee were the top two teams in the entire conference, right? They're number one. Let's say Milwaukee number one, and by record, Chicago's number two. Based on the old rules, Chicago would be a four seed.
Yeah.
Would automatically be a four seed. So the only way that there's no way they can play each other in the conference finals. They would have to the only way they would play each other is in the semifinals. And you have the two best teams in the league theoretically playing in the second round of the playoffs. That's the only way they can play each other. And I'm
Yeah,
like, that's not
because you had the other teams and the division winners. Yeah, yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. So because the other teams
yeah,
were division winners, they automatically are in the fourth seed by default. They're automatically in the fourth
yeah,
seed,
yeah.
and
And
we no
and
longer
that and
going to have.
that's not
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just
Okay.
looking at at
Yeah,
the screen.
okay. Can
Okay,
you
go
finish
go
what
ahead.
you said?
Yeah, I pretty much
No,
finished.
no,
I finished.
you okay. Yeah, so they changed it to a couple years ago to where it divisions basically didn't matter. Division basically didn't matter. You're not guaranteed a playoff spot if you won your division. But what it did, it pretty much seeded the teams to where okay, if we have these two teams in the same division who are clearly the two best teams, therefore they can get set up to where if they handle their business, they'll meet each other in the finals, in the conference finals. And I would rather have that the two best teams play each other when the stakes are higher than in the second round.
Right.
To me, that's not appealing. Like I would much rather them play with the stakes the highest it can possibly be, especially if they're like the two best teams in the conference.
Hmm.
So, all right. So let me see. Only one team wins the Super Bowl each year, so the division titles matter. So at least 8 teams can call themselves champions. Like I said, I don't consider division winning championships.
I think what he's trying to say is, oh, let's. It seems like what you're saying is, oh, let's just give them, some type of reward since only one team could win a Super Bowl. That's not whoever won the Super Bowl. That's not their problem. That's not their problem. If they couldn't win the Super Bowl, oh well, at least we could call ourselves, division champions. Like nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. That's irrelevant because what matters is who won the Super Bowl. Hell, even winning the conference title doesn't matter. If you lose in the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. What
No,
matters?
no. Winning your conference is important.
No, but okay, but no one's going to be talking about the conference winner. They're going to talk about who won the Super Bowl.
That that's true. That's true. But winning conferences is one thing. Like I said, winning a division is like is nice, but winning your conference it means more.
Yeah,
Means more. So he said that guys only you only had division winners in the playoffs originally. Yeah, and then they added the wild card rules. Then they
correct.
added the wild card teams. So each team, every NFL team puts those up. I mean, if I was running an organization, I wouldn't put division winners up.
You he says that you don't, but pretty much you don't believe it, but they are officially champions. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I
I
guess
mean, if you want officially, I guess you want to call it that. That's fine. It's near impossible, but because first tiebreaker is division record. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Like that's true. Like division record is the first tiebreaker. All I'm saying is that it shouldn't that all I'm saying when it comes to divisions is that winning a division shouldn't guarantee you a home playoff game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It shouldn't guarantee you a home playoff game.
he says, okay, this is fantasy talk, not real football talk. No, this is real football talk. No, this is real football talk. We're talking about what is fair and what we could visually see, and what we obviously could see is that the Dallas Cowboys are a far better team than the Bucks based on record. So because we see that they have a much better record, you can clearly see that they're a much better team anyway. But because they have a better record, that's the team that deserves to host. That's all we're saying, Roy. We're not saying that, oh, that the Dallas Cowboys. I can understand your point if we have said that the Dallas Cowboys should replace the Bucks as division winners or something like that. We're not saying anything crazy like that. All we're saying is that Dallas Cowboys should be the one hosting. And the reason why we say that they should be the one hosting is because they are a far better team, because they have a better record. That's all we're saying. I'm surprised that you would disagree with that, but that's all we're saying. So no, this is not some fantasy talk. And you said, what if that team, wins the Super Bowl? I mean, it is what it is. Because like you said, the Giants won the Super Bowl and they were a wild card team.
Mhm.
That's
But
fine.
they were like the wild card. Like it's not that's not the argument that we're trying to make. We're not trying to talk about okay. I think what he's trying to say is that it shouldn't matter just get in and that's it and then play and whatever. I guess that's his argument. I understand that part. My thing is that I don't think that mediocrity should be rewarded with a playoff game. That's all I'm saying.
Correct.
And Tampa Bay has been mediocre this year, and they play in a mediocre division. And that division being rewarded a home playoff game to me is garbage. To me, that's garbage because home field is in a one game setting. Home field is important. And yes, I get it. The Giants they beat three teams on the road with better records. I get that, but I mean they were a playoff. Their record dictated that 9-7. They were a wild card team. Every team they played was a higher seed because they had better records. So
Correct.
the record dictated that.
Yes.
How is it that a night let's say Tampa Bay wins their last game, right? And even if imagine if they lose their last game, they're 8-9. They're 8-9, but yet their first playoff game was at home against a 12-4 Cowboys team. Does that make any sense to you? Because it don't to
No,
me.
it doesn't make any sense to me either. No.
That's all we're saying. All right. So you said that the better team, who cares too much, made about nothing. The better team wins road or away. They host any wild card team. They are wild cards. I no, I get that part. I get that part, but to me, like I just don't think that mediocrity should be rewarded. That's just all I'm saying. Mediocrity should not be rewarded.
Hmm.
Um, you're wrong because they won their division. Who won their division? I think was it the Giants that won? I don't know. I don't remember what happened. All I remember is the is the Super Bowl. I don't know if they won the division or not. Let me see.
He said the
Uh,
Bucks beat the Cowboys this year. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's fine. But still, but even still, you should still reward teams for winning at the end of the day.
yeah.
And he says NBA sucks because I think he's responding to when you said that the second best team in the conference is automatically the fourth seed,
Back
and I
in the
think
day, back in the day.
yeah, and then I think he says, well, as a response, he says the NBA sucks. The NFL. Are you going to keep reading or are you done?
No, no, I'm just trying to. I'm just because like I do want to move it along. I'm just reading anything that's like you know that we can respond to. Let me see.
Mm,
Okay, he said that you two are having a silly debate, guys. I agreed the better record matter, but I get the champion of a division did something the wild card team didn't and won their division. I get it, but if your team is mediocre, like the Tampa Bay Bucks and Buccaneers, and their records say that they're mediocre, you shouldn't be rewarded with a home playoff game against a team that played in a better division, but they just weren't able to beat the you know the eventual winner. I don't think that a team that is three games better than you should be hosting a playoff game against them, especially in a one game or in a 1 game sample. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, that's all we're saying, Roy. I mean that we're not trying to make things difficult. All we're saying is that the person with the team with the better record should be the one hosting. That's all. Because look, Roy, because you have to remember when the Bucks let's say the Bucks face let's say the Bucks are going to be facing let me think. Let's say the Bucks are going to be facing the Vikings. The reason why the Vikings are going to host is because they have a better record, right? Right. So if since the Dallas Cowboys has a better record, they should have the right to host. That's all. Look, we keep saying the same thing over and over. We're
No,
trying to
but,
make
no, he, but he,
yeah,
but okay, yeah, but what he said right here, he's 100% right. So forget the record. If Dallas is better, they go into Tampa and make a statement. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. If the Cowboys are better, they go into Tampa and beat the shit out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I agree with that. Even though they should have the game at home, at the end of the day, if you're worked if they are who we all think they are, then they go into Tampa and beat them. And the last thing, and then we'll move on. He said that, but what if Tampa Bay runs the table like the Giants? I would be stunned if they do. But if they do, then props to them, I guess.
well, okay, but that's not the point though, Roy. Even if the Giants, even if the Tampa Bay Bucks destroys everybody and makes it to the Super Bowl, I mean, my position remains standing. They shouldn't be hosting anyway. That's all we're saying. Like with that, the part of who's going to win we're not talking about that. We're just talking about who has the right to host. That's it. Who has the right to host? And and yes, I understand what you said about well, if Dallas is better, they'll go in Tampa and win. Yeah, once again, it should be the other way around. Tampa should go over to Dallas because Dallas has the better record.
Yeah, but no, but with that said, if they're good enough, they should go to Tampa and beat them. They should absolutely go to Tampa and beat them.
Yeah, doesn't make it fair, but go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So he said that he'll explain it to you on the phone after.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So
Um,
but
oh, hey,
yeah, let's get to the last topic.
hold on. He says you're not giving the division's title any meaning. That was always in football. They added the wild cards. Like look, like yeah, they added the wild cards, later, and the division has meaning, and I understand that, but I think, in my opinion, that if you are a division winner, you are guaranteed a playoff spot. I think that's enough.
But guess what? Guess you know what would have changed that if you had a team that was 12-4 and didn't make the playoffs because they weren't able to win their division. They were going to change. They were going to change. They were going to add the wild card team no matter what.
Well,
Because
that had. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
so like they were going to do that regardless because it's a bad look for your sport. That's why baseball added the wild card team because you have teams who would win like 90 games and the barometer of how good your baseball team is winning 90 games. That's the barometer. If you can win, it's not definitive, but if you win 90 games, you should automatically be you're a good team. And year after year, they would have teams that would win at least 90 or close to 90 and not make a playoff. Because when it came to baseball, for the longest time, all you had to win your division, you beat the other division winner, and then you go to the World Series. That was it. And then they added wild card teams, and then they added more teams and stuff like that. So like, so they were gonna go down this path regardless, because it's a bad look for the sport that you have teams that are very very good that can't prove that they can get to the playoff because they didn't win their division, and you
Right.
have a team that plays in the absolutely garbage division going in because they were the best of the world. That's a bad look. So
And we,
yeah. So Walker, and plus, we all know that sports want to make money, so they're going to add more playoff teams.
yeah, and we've had teams with better records before, and they didn't make the playoffs, but because they didn't win their division, um, they wasn't able to go in. Like the year, I think it was the year when Tom Brady got hurt
Yo,
in the Patriots.
hold on a second. I'm just seeing this on my TV right now. Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 71 points
And damn man, we missed it.
against the Chicago Bulls.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, I would have loved to see that, but oh well.
Yeah, it wasn't overtime. It was in overtime, but man, he scored 71 points. My goodness.
Didn't Booker score something similar?
Yeah, yeah. I think his rookie year too against Boston.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, let's move
Oh
on.
yeah, so like I was trying to say, when Tom Brady got hurt, they didn't make it to the playoffs that year, despite the fact that they were 11-5.
Yeah,
I think who was it? Miami made it to the
yeah,
playoffs that year.
yeah.
Yeah, but they made it to the playoffs, and I think the
Yeah,
Jets. Hmm?
they had the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and so they were out of the playoffs, and the Jets were out of the playoffs too, because I think the Jets were 9-7 or 10-6. But because of but who was 8-8? Was it Denver Broncos? I think Denver Broncos were 8-8 when they had Tim Tebow at the time. They were 8-8, but yet they were able to go in, despite the fact that you had two other teams with better records and they're out. But but again, I understand that because they were division winners, they automatically go in. But for them to be able to host, yeah, I'm going to have to stay in that position, Roy. I'm sticking to that position. If you have a better record, you should be doing hosting. A division winner just means that you get a guaranteed playoff spot. So go ahead with your topic, so we can get out of here.
Okay, so this just happened. Like before the whole thing with Hamlin. This was like a big story that just popped up just now, right? So right now you're watching a video, TMZ exclusive video of Dana White at a club with his wife. Now this is the first time I've ever seen his wife. First time I've ever seen his wife. Now,
Right.
funny story. All right, Colby Covington, especially when he was in his whole MAGA phase, he pulled up a camera, right? He pulled up to Dana White, who was
Mhm.
who was playing. He was in the casino gambling with a woman who he was close with, who was close to. Clearly not his wife, and Dana did not look happy about it. Did not look happy about it. So this is my first time seeing. This is my first time seeing his wife.
Yeah.
So this is the video. If you can see it right here, let me blow it up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna play it right now. So obviously there's something going on. The camera work is not great. So it's not my computer. It's not the camera work not great.
Mm-hmm.
So and you see she slaps her, he slaps him, and then he slaps her back multiple times.
Well,
They throughout the case.
rewind that. Rewind that real quick.
Yeah. Okay, here's them. They're clearly having. I mean, I don't know. No, clearly, you know, he like Dana White has already apologized for what happened. He said that it was like alcohol involved. So yeah, so I think she threw something at him, and it was yeah, it was a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
Bad situation. Okay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, this came up to be as a huge surprise for me, like a really really huge surprise. To see this happen in the middle of in the middle of our podcast. Now he mentioned that he was drunk, and I'm sorry, there's just absolutely no excuse for slapping your. You said that's his wife,
Yeah.
for slapping your wife while you guys are out, and the stupidity. You knew that people are going to have their cameras on you because you're in a public setting. I never understood why these professional athletes or these people who are public figures decides to hit somebody who's the opposite sex, and you have millions of people watching you. Millions of people watching you because you're a public figure. So it really doesn't. I really don't understand that if you have the goal, if you actually have the boldness to do that, frankly, this is not the. Clearly, you probably do this at home in your private time. You obviously do this type of stuff at home, and he's going to. I'm really am fed up of people constantly bringing up. Oh, it's because of the alcohol. It's because of the drugs. That I take. Look, I don't give a rip what you took. What you did was clearly wrong. You were clearly in the wrong for like Dana White's a big dude. Dana White is a pretty big guy. So for him to do that, that was I'm pretty sure he's going to get into a lot of trouble for doing this. But go ahead. I'm actually here curious what you have to say.
Well, I'm actually surprised with what you said because I legitimately thought the first thing you were gonna do is blame the wife. That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Okay.
But here's the thing: we don't know what happened. Like we saw the end result, but we don't know what led to it or whatnot. Right now, but the thing is, like I do agree with you right now because I don't know if you're gonna change your mind, but I do agree with you that if you're Dana White, you have to be smarter than this. Because at the end of the day, you're running a promotion on Disney, honestly, I'll be real with you. I think he won't say this, but what happened with Damar Hamlin could have been the best thing to happen to him because now the news cycle is all about Damar and not about him.
Hmm.
So I personally I don't know what's going to happen. Like he said, he already apologized. And look, ESPN they know who Dana White is. They know who he is. They know what type of individual he is. So do I think there's a chance that he might lose his job over it? I don't think so. But if there was anybody, imagine Roger Goodell, and I bring him up because of the whole thing what happened with Ray Rice, right? That whole situation, right?
Yeah.
and how hard he went down on Ray Rice after the video came out, right? Because
Hmm.
before he pretty much gave him a slap on the wrist, and then the video came out, and then he suspended him for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if Roger Goodell was caught on tape, was caught in video doing that to his wife. You think that he's still the commissioner of the NFL?
If he did the exact same thing what Dana White did,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure because since the NFL always like to give slap on the wrist than actual decent punishment.
But but just imagine Adam Silver does the same thing. Does that to his wife? You think he's still in the league? You think he's still the commissioner?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, it's interesting to say because like having this out in public, that's not a good look, man. But at the same time, it is the UFC.
And look, and you mentioned that you were very surprised. Now look, she's also in the wrong too. Let's not get it twisted here. She's also in the wrong. I don't care what he's. I don't.
She's clearly drunk and inebriated, and clearly, if obviously, you can't be drunk and inebriated like that. So,
But that's irrelevant. Like I already made my point of I don't like when people use that as an excuse
hmm.
for you to be violent. To me, that's irrelevant. She is also in the wrong, not just Dana White.
Yeah, but he has more to lose though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But
he has.
let's not. Yeah, he has more to lose. But let's not act like as if oh she's the victim here. She's not. She's
I,
not.
I'm not saying she's a victim or anything like that. I'm just saying that like he's the one he's the one that has more to lose. So when you have more, and I said the same thing to you when it came to the Ray Rice situation. When you have more to lose, you have to be more careful. You have to be more careful because if she does something that if she hits you or whatever, you can't. You have to do your best. Not you have to restrain yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless,
You have to do your best not to retaliate. Yes.
yeah, because unless she's threatening your life, you can't retaliate. Because if you retaliate, all people are gonna talk about is you. Because you're the one you're the famous one.
Yeah.
You're the one that's in the public eye.
But I really want to say that I still don't understand why. Not all, but I don't understand why a lot of these women feel like, oh well, I could hit him, and I don't expect him, to hit me back. Look, listen, that that ship has sailed. We've seen constantly over and over and over again how a lot of guys, when a woman hits them, they will hit them back. Why? Because they will all say that, listen, regardless if a man hits me, a woman hits me, I still have the right to defend myself, regardless of what my profession is. Regardless, and I remember you and I had this argument because you kept on saying that, oh well, it's if you are an NFL player, it matters what your profession is. And to me, my opinion, my response to that is, regardless of what your profession is, you have the right to defend yourself. You do. I think the standard of you defending yourself to anybody, if you feel like your life is in danger, is applied to anybody, regardless if you're a football player, basketball player, an MMA fighter, whatever it is. If you feel like that you should defend yourself, you have the right to do that.
But and I think my argument was that and if why how you doing, Multi? How you doing, bro?
Damn, Malta, you're late. You're late, bro. We're almost finished, but I'm glad that you're here, man. Better late than never, bro.
And I think my argument was the reason why it is important is because anybody can justify their action by saying, "Oh, my life was in danger." Like if like and like I said, we've seen it. I didn't want to go to this path, but we've seen it before when it came to like Trayvon Martin and stuff like that. Like Anybody can justify defending yourself in any situation. But I mean, I know you saw the Ray Rice tape. I saw the Ray Rice tape.
Hmm.
His life wasn't in danger. His life wasn't in danger. He was just a woman who might have been drunk or whatever. His wife, or whatever, was trying to hit him, and he cold cocked her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I always compare it to what happened with Jay Z when Beyonce's sister just literally started hitting him with with started a 10 hit combo on him, and he didn't react. Why? Because he knew that if he had hit her one time, that his career would have been greatly affected because of it. Because he had more to lose. He had more to lose because of it. Like and look, I understand what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say because you don't want people just randomly hitting you and shit like that. Like I get that. But when you're a celebrity, and in this case, if you're someone who's in the public eye like Dana White or Ray Rice or Jay Z or any of these other celebrities like Kareem Hunt, all these other people, you have to be more careful with what you do in the public eye because everybody got cell phones now. Everyone can see what you're doing, and
Hmm.
if you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, like what happened with Urban Meyer, right, cheating on his wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like you have to be careful. You have to be careful because you're in the public eye. People know who you are, and if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, it can affect your business in a big way.
Yeah, but the thing what I was trying to tell you years ago was that you were saying that, oh, him being a football player or the guy being a boxer is relevant, and I kept on telling you, no, that's
No,
irrelevant, and you said,
I think by law it is relevant,
yeah,
especially in
but
some states.
what I was trying to say is,
Mhm.
regardless if you are a boxer or if you are a football player or whatever, or a bodybuilder, whatever you are, the fact that you have to defend yourself applies to everybody, including professional athletes. It should also apply to you, which means that you have the right to defend yourself just as much as the average guy does, or just as much as a weakling does. You know what I'm saying? Like you should not allow yourself to get hit just um because of my profession. I don't think a professional athlete should get punished for it, regardless if he is a well known figure or not.
Well, I mean, like I said before, if his life is in danger, he has a right to defend. And like that can be broad because if someone starts attacking me from behind, I'm swinging. I'm swinging.
Hmm.
And regardless of your profession, if someone's attacking you from behind, you don't know what that person has. So I wouldn't have a problem with that either.
Okay.
I think the problem is if you're in a situation where, let's say, if you're in Ray Rice's situation, right? Clearly, she was gonna do, she was gonna slap you or whatever, and knowing who you are, knowing your profession, knowing how much stronger you are than her, like you have to be careful because if you let's say if he slaps her, she hits her head on the rail, she dies. You think he's gonna use self defense?
That
Realistically,
if he's going to use self defense,
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that's pretty much the only thing
If
that
you
he has.
if he realistically, would like if with that tape out there, he's not going to win unless he has a bunch of Andrew Tates on the juror. Unless he has a bunch of misogynist dickheads on the juror. But other
Okay.
than that, other than that, he's not going to win. You're not going to win because you decided, I gotta retaliate. Boom, someone they hit their head. You're gonna go to jail. You're at least
Well,
you're going to be arraigned for manslaughter of some kind.
well, in a situation like that, I think that's a very complicated issue because you're in a small confined space. he it's not like as if he could just walk away or like ask for help or anything like that or call the police or you can't do anything. You're trapped in the elevator. So if somebody is attacking you, man or woman, most likely if the guy knocks her out because she's attacking him first, what other option does he actually have? Just sit down and take it? Just
No, you can hold her. You can restrain her. You can easily restrain her. I mean, and then if you and look, they were in a nice hotel. They have security guards around. Like they get to where they need to go to. All you have to do is restrain her. Walk away. You call the cops to do something. There are methods to it. There are ways to get out of it.
inside an elevator? I don't know, bro.
I mean, they're not trapped in there. I mean, they're not trapped in there. You know what I'm saying? Like once it gets to the place, if not, then you can call police or whatever. Like it is what it is, man. Like to me, I just think and then going back to the whole Dana White thing, like to me, he just gotta be smarter about it. Like I don't know if this is gonna be, I don't know if this is gonna be something that costs him his job. At least I don't think it will. But like I said, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful, man. Like I said before, man. You're in the public eye, and you got someone who's drunk and out of control, and you can't. You gotta be careful because there's always someone watching.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
always watching.
There's always someone watching. There's someone that's going to videotape you because you're a public figure, and so you just have to watch what you're doing. Now, but in a situation like him, he could have walked away from the situation. But if the gal is just gonna start, attack you and slap you left and right. I mean, he's just gonna do whatever he has to do, and that's why. And my point is, for all you ladies that's watching, I'm not here and trying to advocate that guys should hit women. All I'm trying to say is everybody, men or women, should keep their hands to themselves. And if you are going to attack a guy and he hits you back, like don't expect to have all this sympathy for you just because you are, a woman. If you attacked him first and if he feels that his life is in danger, I mean, there's really nothing else, for me to say except that why did you attack him for? What gave you the audacity, the courage, the being stupid to attack him in the first place? Nobody should be hitting anybody. Unless it's your profession, nobody should be hitting anybody. So that's my last thing.
All right. So F is in the chat. How you doing? And Mota, he asked me, "Oh, you should talk about Andrew Tate." Absolutely not. If Steve wants to do a video about it, that's fine. I'm not talking about that dude. I just mentioned him because he was the first misogynist that I can think of because he recently got arrested.
Yeah, but he was, he got released and he's not guilty. You know that, right? There was no
I
evidence.
don't. Did he get released?
Yeah, they found nothing. All the accusations turned out to be false.
I didn't read that, but regardless of that, I'm not talking about Andrew Tate on my channel. I'm not
And
going
and,
to.
and besides, he already predicted that this was going to happen to him anyway. Like he said that they were going to silence him, which would happen, and then that they were going to try to arrest him, and whatever. So he already he there's a video of him actually predicting that this was going to happen to him
Because
because
he was being investigated.
hmm?
He was being investigated.
I mean, I guess, but
I
they
guess this is what happened. He was being investigated. Cause hear what he said. I'm going to stop you right there. Because hear what he said. He pretty much bragged about all the crime that he has committed, and the reason why he moved to Romania is so that he thought that they weren't going to go after him. That's why he's there. That's why he lives there. Because they thought that he was going that he wasn't going to get in trouble. So again, I don't know if like I said, I don't know if he's there. Cause I didn't hear that he was out. I don't know what the deal is, right? All I know is that he's somebody that I'm not going to denigrate my channel talking about. If you guys want to talk about it, that's fine. But I just find it rich that a bunch of people who I see who support him are all these people who are like God fearing people, but yet they support what he does, which is not surprising. So that's what hypocrisy is. When you support when you believe in something, but yet you support someone else who because he confirms your beliefs, you'll agree with what he said, despite the fact that the way he lives his life is completely counter to what you've been taught. But since he tells you stuff that you want to hear, you just look the other way. I just find that to be funny.
Are you talking about his lavish lifestyle? Is that what you don't like because he
No, I don't. No, it's not. His lavish lifestyle is not what I care about. I don't give a shit about that.
what is it because he has multiple women?
Like I said, I don't care about that.
No, but you said, oh, you people who claim to be Christians and read the Bible and stuff like that, but yet they like to listen to what he says or follow him. You calling them hypocrites because
They're
they're like, oh,
hypocrites. They're hypocrites. I don't give a shit. I don't like him because he comes off as a boring douchebag. That's all he is. He's a monotone, boring douchebag. That's all he is. But it's people who are God the most God fearing people. They have no problem with his lifestyle. I don't care about his lifestyle because, like I said, if you have the money and you could brainwash a bunch of stupid women to believe what you want to believe, that's fine. Like that's fine. But to me, I just find it funny that there's a lot of people who do believe, but yet they somehow are fans of this guy. That's what I don't understand. So, but that's enough. So most of the
you
fans,
wanted to stop yourself real quick before you continue
no,
on going on.
most of the fans, so that's fine. Like I'm not. So I'm not. I'm done talking about Andrew Tate.
Well, every a lot of he did gain a huge fan base, especially from the men out there.
Of
He
course,
he gained
of
a
course,
huge.
because you have a bunch of men who want to believe that the world is against him, when the complete opposite is true. But the only way you can convince stupid people to follow your lead is by convincing them that the world is against them.
Well,
That, that's how every cult is started.
but having though you have to agree that society in general tends to be a lot easier and more sympathetic to women than they are to men.
Are they?
When you see a guy who's out there struggling, when you see a guy who's homeless, the majority of society will say, "Dude, get your butt up there and work." When you see a homeless woman, they're more sympathetic, towards them. That's just one example. I don't want to give you a huge.
Who are you more sympathetic to?
Yeah, they're always more sympathetic to the women. They
Who are
always feel
you more?
sorry.
Who are you more sympathetic to?
Yeah, the women also.
Okay, so what? Then what's the problem?
Okay, but that's the thing. In general, we always, including myself, well, even including you and me, and majority of everybody else will always look at the guy. Oh, he's he's capable of working. How come he's not working? Why isn't he doing his due diligence?
I never think that.
Yeah, you have.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
all of those times where you get pissed off. Now, I mean, not all the time. You've talked about giving money, to homeless people before, but all the times where me, you, Randy, and everybody else will complain about, oh, this guy's asking me for money, and then how annoyed that you would be.
Yeah, I don't like being asked for. I don't like being asked for money,
Right, but you would have been more sympathetic if a woman had asked you.
bro. I said no to women also.
You
If I'm
didn't.
not, look, if I'm not in the mood, then I'm not gonna give you money. Like if I'm not
But
in the mood,
but
I'm not gonna give you
but
money.
you're never in the mood. You're never in the mood. You're never in the mood for people to ask you money.
I've given homeless people money before. I've done it before,
Hmm.
and it just depends. It depends on the situation. But like but again, I don't want to get like I said before. If you want to put stuff like this on your channel, you have the opportunity.
Hmm.
Just need to find time. And if you want to talk about, your love affair with Andrew Tate, go ahead, and you can invite me, and I'll I'll make a comment. That's it. But Molta said that Andrew Tate, and I believe he's trolling. 'Cause I don't believe anyone believes the bullshit that he says. Andrew Tate is being targeted by the Matrix because he is powerful and influential. Who the fuck is the Matrix? Like, honestly, like I said before, all this is the talks of a man who's chasing clout. And the people who are easiest to convince are dummies. Are dummies. And the way you convince them is by saying that the world is against you. Like I said, every cult leader has done it. Every dictator's done it. Everyone done it. Everyone who's insecure about who they are as individuals, they've done it. So it is what it is. But anyways, let me do the roll call. Malta, thank you for watching.
Oh,
F,
so you just want to end it without me giving my little last piece. But all right, that's fine. That's
you have
fine.
you have you have a channel to talk about your love affair with Andrew
I
Tate.
did not. I don't have a love affair with Andrew Tate. I
No.
don't. Now,
You
do I think some of the stuff that he says is true? Yes, I do believe that. But there are some things that he also says
no, no,
that
no, no. I
there
think
are.
I think some of the things he says are true.
Oh, like what? Like
But
what? Give me one. Give me one. Give me one. Just one.
let me see. Let me see if I can think.
Hmm. There,
I
there isn't any. There isn't any. That's
I
why.
can't think of one off the top of my head. But here's the thing. There's some things that I agree with Candace Owens on. That doesn't mean I respect her as an individual.
Okay. Do you know what do you agree with Candace Owens on?
That Dasani is awful. That you have people who keep call. I have every time during election season, I have a bunch of these stupid politicians calling me, robocalls and emails, and I'm like, yo, I don't need this shit right now. She's 100% right about that.
Okay.
Is everything else I don't agree with her on.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, but like I said before, like there's some people who, as individuals, I don't give a shit about. So,
Yeah.
I,
So my last thing is Malta. Like um my internet it still act a little iffy, but it looks like I haven't had any problems today, with the internet, and I haven't had problems last week either. So I am gonna see if I could do just a small video, because every time I do a big video on my channel, there's so much editing that I have to do, and Hoovy claims that I shouldn't be worrying about editing and just put it out pretty much the same way how we put out this podcast. But I do care about professionalism. I do. But as far as Andrew Tate, last thing, there's a lot of things that he says that I believe is true, but there are a couple of things that he says that I find not to be true. But overall, I don't think of him as a bad dude like the way you do. Like you talked about in the private chat that you think he's a very bad dude, and how you think that he um like you call him a misogynistic, and I forgot what other name that you be calling him. But I don't view him as those things like you do. Like, am I a huge fan like all these other people? No, I'm not a huge fan, but I think he's fine. I think he does good work, and I could appreciate that.
what work does he do?
Like, I know he has like these courses about like manhood and
You know,
things of
you
that.
know, you know those are pyramid schemes. You know that, right?
Hmm?
You know those are pyramid schemes. You know that, right?
You know that for a fact.
Dude, it is classic 101 pyramid scheme. 100%.
Okay.
I mean, I guarantee you, if Randy would tell you that too, if his head wasn't so far up Andrew Tate's ass, he would tell you that too. Because
Oh man.
it's pure pyramid scheme. Absolutely, it is.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, but anyway, he's a rich guy, and I do believe what Malta said is right, that he's a very good influencer, a motivative speaker, And if he's going to continue to motivate, other men, to become better men, then yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And if he's going to make money off of it, yeah, awesome. Make your money, and hopefully, what's going to happen is if other people are going to see that, you are going to see that, and then that may probably motivate us to do the same thing for ourselves, to make money, extra
Um,
money.
you won't catch me dead doing that shit. Anyways, Malta, thank you for watching. F, thank you for watching. Roy, thank you for watching. Um,
We have a lot of newcomers in here.
um, McKinley, thank you for watching. Miss Jessica, um, Bayanan, Rosemai, thank you for watching. Ruben, thank you for watching. Uh, Nun- Nunu,
Mm-hmm.
Newberry,
Yeah,
thank you.
you got it. You
That's a
got
cool
it
name.
right.
That's a cool name. I like that name.
You like that
Jeffrey,
name?
yeah,
The Nunu
Jeffrey.
or the berry?
Nunu.
Okay.
Jeffrey, thank you for watching. And thank you for subscribing, also, brother. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back with another episode next Monday. It's like what? It's we're like 30 minutes away, 25 minutes, well, 35 minutes away from my birthday. So happy 37th birthday to me. Um, I'm gonna look for. I got the thing. I gotta try to look for a wireless controller for my Switch. I can't find one,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow. Look for a
Okay.
wireless controller, and the best place to do it is at a mall. So I'll go to the mall, buy some stuff, buy some clothes for myself, buy me a birthday present, and that's good, man. Hey, man, like there's nothing better I can ask for, so I'm good.
All right. So yeah. So I appreciate each and every one of you all for watching, especially all you newcomers. Hopefully, we'll see you all again, Jeffrey and Nunu and Jessica and the rest of you. Roy, always a pleasure to have you there. I know you had a lot to say, and definitely, I will talk to you. Either later today or tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be back next week. Don't forget everyone to please like, subscribe, and share so that other people could also view our content and enjoy our content just the way
Well,
you
and
guys. Go ahead.
what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna look at our email to see if our strike on the overrated podcast channel is up. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that. You know what I was also thinking? I was thinking of starting a Discord for our channel members, for the people who are like fans of the podcast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that if there's something that happens, let's say if there's a show, if it's like a new show coming out, let's say if we do a show like on a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
We could put that on the bulletin. You know.
Oh,
Oh,
we just got somebody here.
yeah, JWags.
You know who that is?
No, no, but thank you. You know what? He might be a subscriber of mine, maybe. But anyway,
Oh,
regardless, thank you for watching, bro. Thank you for watching. So we're heading out. Just rewatch this. Yeah, you've probably been here for the whole time, so that's cool. But anyways, yeah. So yeah. I'm thinking about doing a Discord. I just got to make sure that my Discord is fixed because I don't know something's wrong with my Discord on my computer. So
well,
once I
I didn't even know I didn't even know you had this. I thought you didn't like Discord.
no, I don't know how to use it. I mean, but once I figure out how to use it, then yeah, we're gonna do some big things in 2023.
Um, so you have Discord currently right now on your computer.
Yeah, but it's not working right now. Every time I try to open it, it won't open. I have to figure out. I have to figure out what's going on there. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
are you done?
No, I was gonna sign out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah, do your thing.
oh, yeah, yeah. So yeah. JWags 412. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much we pretty much did the roll call, but
Thank
yo,
you so much, bro.
I really appreciate that you came and you saw our channel. And if there's a time for you to subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Hoobie's channel and to mine as well. That would
Mhm.
be awesome. I'll actually post it. You know what? Let me put it here right quick, real quick, real quick. Um, Traditionalist. Let's see. Traditionalist 101. And that's pretty much my channel. So I'm gonna post it here right now. Yeah, so that's me, and I'm gonna be putting out more videos later on, in the future. So I really appreciate you coming on board, brother. And we are going to be here next week, and hopefully you will like the rest of our stuff. So we made it less than three hours. That's fantastic. So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
All right, Hoover 186. I am out. Peace.